Yeah, I think it's a completely fascinating match because I do think in midfield, Paulinho, Busquets, Rakitic, they're not sort of they wouldn't be frightened of Paulinho. John, this season has been they've not been up to their high standard, but they're 8 points ahead in the league. Messi and Suarez have scored 37 league goals between them, and which is amazing. It is a weak league, but Messi this is a situation where he and great players really shine, isn't it? I mean, Ronaldo last week against PSG made the difference. There's no question about it. Scored a penalty, scored the decisive second goal. So it's a big challenge for Messi.
Everything's a challenge for Messi, Eamon. He's been doing it for years and years. He's an experienced player now, and he's a genius. I mean, he's just a great player.
Yeah.
Eamon, and he's capable of doing it now. I mean, when you see over the years, he's had little spells where he hasn't played as well as he can. But if you look at his consistency of performance over the last 10 years, it's absolutely fantastic. And he's a great lad. He's a great attitude to it. He wants to, year in and year out. You don't see him not trying and not having a go. So he's a huge danger to any team, and he'd be a huge danger to Chelsea tonight.
Yeah,
definitely.
I know none of us, I don't think, like saying this, but I'll say it and see what you say. Liam, I think he's the greatest player I ever saw. And I don't like to separate great players because they're all great in different ways and in their own ways. And I've seen Pele and Beckenbauer, Cruyff and all kinds of people. His longevity, his attitude, how potent he is. Have you seen anyone better?
I would agree with you, but there's been some great players down through the years.
Yeah.
I think the one negative that Messi has against his name is his record with Argentina.
Right.
He hasn't done it in the World Cup, and the great players that you didn't mention Pele, but Pele did it in a couple of World Cups, didn't he? He was in the 70s, he was fantastic.
He did,
in 58 when he was only a kid.
Yeah.
He was fast. So Maradona did it in the World Cups,
Yeah.
86. We practically won that single-handed.
Yeah.
So I think there's an argument against him because of that, but certainly if you say to me over the last 10 years, who's the player you most enjoy watching or you get excited to watch, it would be Messi.
Yeah, John, that's an interesting point Liam makes about doing it in the World Cup. Pele did it, Beckenbauer did it, and Messi doesn't appear to turn up for them, really. But that could be a mess.
And I wouldn't.
It could be a mess around the national team as well.
Well, exactly. I mean, it depends what team you're playing in. I wouldn't. Like he's done it for so long and so often in the way we've seen him. Look at it. The Champions League is a huge thing year in and year out. When you're playing in the Argentinian team, he mightn't have played in a team as good as Maradona's team. Certainly wouldn't have played in a team as good as Pele. But that's arguable, Eamon.
Yeah.
But there's no doubt. I mean, the great players of any generation are the great players of their generation, and I think they'd be great. Like if Messi played 20 years ago, he'd be a great player. If Puskas played today, who's a lot of people wouldn't even know, a great Hungarian player, and Pele, and these great players, Cruyff, and these great players, Eamon, Bobby Charlton, you'd put in there as well.
Yeah.
They're just great in their own era. They're great at what they do, and they can't do any more than they've done at any particular time.
And it's not really right.
It's very, very.
It's not really right to try and separate them out, is it? I don't like doing it. It's disrespectful.
Well, you've done it.
I know. I know.
No, it's a good conversation, Eamon, because it is because people see the thing is when people say, "Well, Messi is the best player ever," but a lot of people who watch Messi are young in the last 10 years.
Yeah,
they wouldn't have seen Puskas play or Di Stefano play. So it's very, very difficult to say it. There's players played before Di Stefano, Eamon, and my time that I don't know about. But I can only tell you of the players I've seen. And the longer you go back, then you've seen more players than the younger people today. But Messi is a genius. You know, Maradona was a genius. Puskas was a genius. Bobby Charlton was a genius in what they do. These are all great players, and it's great to talk about them. It's great to have them, and it's great to have a Messi today. I mean, I think we all love him as soccer lovers.
Yeah, and you weren't too bad yourselves, lads, but we won't go there at the moment.